My friends, tonight I want to talk to you about something that reaches far beyond the realm of mere positive thinking or motivational talk. It touches the deepest chamber of your being, that sacred inner sanctuary known as the subconscious mind. You see, everything you experience in this outer world, everything you call your reality, is nothing but a reflection, a mirror of what you have accepted as true in your inner world. Life is not happening to you. It is happening through you. The subconscious mind is the silent power that shapes the very structure of your days. The invisible artist painting the scenes of your life. It does not argue with you, it does not reason, and it certainly does not judge. It only accepts and expresses. And whatever it accepts, whether noble or negative, beautiful or bitter, it must externalize as experience. You are never a victim of circumstances. You are always a witness to your own inner assumptions taking form. Now, the great question arises, how does one speak to this hidden power? How does one reach this silent realm and command it to bring forth wealth, success, joy, and every beautiful experience of life? The answer, my friends, lies in two simple yet divine words, I am. These are not ordinary words. They are the name of God revealed to Moses, the name of being itself. When you say, I am, you are invoking the creative center of your existence. You are calling upon the same eternal presence that formed the universe, the power that said, let there be light, and light appeared. Every time you declare, I am, you are acknowledging your unity with that infinite intelligence that never fails. You are speaking as the creator, not the creature. You are awakening to your divine authorship over life. I am is not a wish. It is an announcement of identity, the first motion of creation itself. Whatever follows your I am becomes the command to your subconscious mind. It defines the pattern, the mold, through which your experiences must flow. Say I am poor, and your subconscious will faithfully reproduce conditions of poverty. Say I am abundant, and the same power begins rearranging people, opportunities, and events to reflect that new belief. The subconscious mind is like fertile soil. It does not care what kind of seed you plant. It only multiplies whatever you sow with feeling and persistence. The subconscious is impartial, obedient, and creative. It mirrors not your wishes, but your convictions. And belief, my friends, is simply sustained imagination. The world you live in is your imagination materialized. You can never rise above what you inwardly believe yourself to be. Every I am statement is an act of creation, setting in motion invisible forces that will one day take visible shape in your outer world. There lies the great secret. You cannot deceive your subconscious with words alone. It responds not to mere repetition, but to the feeling behind the words. You could declare, I am wealthy 1,000 times, yet if deep down you feel poor, your words are powerless echoes. The subconscious only accepts what you feel to be true. Therefore, the key is to unite thought and feeling, to make your words alive with emotion. When you affirm, I am wealthy, ask yourself, do I feel the richness vibrating through me? Can I sense the ease and freedom that wealth brings? Can I see myself as already possessing it? The feeling of the wish fulfilled is the creative act. When it feels natural, when it feels normal, the subconscious must externalize it. The emotion of acceptance is the bridge between imagination and manifestation. Feel it real. That is the golden rule of creation. The reason so many fail with affirmations is because they treat them as rituals rather than revelations. They chant, I am successful, while inwardly picturing themselves as failures. They speak words of abundance while secretly fearing lack. The subconscious is not moved by lip service, it is moved by conviction. It does not take orders, it accepts states. So the real work is not to shout your affirmations louder, but to feel them deeper. Let every affirmation be soaked with sincerity and belief. When you repeat, I am successful, see yourself already celebrated, already achieving, already possessing that quiet confidence that success brings. Do not perform your affirmations mechanically. Speak them as if you were announcing facts about yourself. This is not about hypnotizing the subconscious. It's about aligning with truth. You are not trying to become. You are realizing that you already are. That realization is the true affirmation. Let's take a simple yet powerful affirmation. I am wealthy. Now close your eyes, take a deep breath, and feel the vibration of those words. Do not analyze how it will come or from where. Forget the outer world for a moment and step into the feeling of your desire fulfilled. Imagine your wallet full, your accounts overflowing, your bills effortlessly paid, and your life moving in ease and generosity. Feel yourself walking freely, spending joyfully, giving abundantly. Let that emotion, that thrill of freedom, soak into every fiber of your being until it feels natural, even obvious. In that moment, the seed of wealth is planted in your subconscious. And once the seed is planted, it must grow. You may not see it sprouting yet, but something in the unseen begins to move. Invisible hands start rearranging the visible world to match your inner assumption. That is divine law in motion. And once that inner seed is planted, you must trust the process absolutely. Just as no wise farmer digs up the soil every day to check whether the seed is growing, so too must you not disturb your inner work with doubt, fear, or impatience. When you declare, I am wealthy, I am abundant, I am successful, your only task is to feel it as truth and then move through the world as though it were already done. Let your actions, your tone, and your energy reflect that inner conviction. Speak and walk with quiet certainty, knowing that what you assume inwardly will one day appear outwardly. The subconscious never fails once it has accepted a state. So go about your day calmly, serenely, unbothered by appearances. Appearances are nothing but shadows of old thoughts. The new seed is alive within you. Trust it, water it with faith, and soon it must bloom into form. The subconscious mind, my friends, is the womb of creation, the divine matrix in which all things are conceived and born into form. It receives impressions from the conscious mind, just as the fertile soil receives seeds from the sower. Once an idea is impressed upon it through feeling and imagination, it begins to move silently, faithfully, bringing forth that image into your world. When you understand this great truth, you stop begging life to change and instead begin to command it by changing the images within you. You no longer fight against circumstances because you realize that outer conditions are merely shadows of inner states. Everything in your world is you pushed out. So, if you wish to attract wealth, success, or happiness, you must become wealthy, successful, and happy in consciousness first. As within, so without. You do not attract what you want, you attract what you are. Life simply mirrors the dominant vibration of your being, without failure or favoritism. Every I am affirmation is not just a sentence. It is a decree that goes straight into the hidden chamber of mind where creation takes place. The moment you declare, I am prosperous, and mean it, you are rewriting the very code of your reality. Old beliefs, those silent programs of lack and limitation, begin to crumble under the new vibration. The subconscious, being loyal and obedient, starts erasing old mental blueprints and replacing them with new, powerful ones that match your declaration. This process is invisible, yet unstoppable. You may not notice the change immediately, but beneath the surface, invisible forces are working with precision, rearranging people, opportunities, and even the timing of events to bring you the proof of what you have accepted as true. Never mistake silence for inactivity. Just as a seed grows beneath the soil unseen, your affirmations are taking root in the invisible world of spirit long before you see their physical manifestation. Do not say, I am going to be wealthy. That, my friends, is a subtle confession of lack. It implies that wealth is always in the future, always somewhere ahead, but never here. The subconscious mind knows only one tense, the eternal now. It operates in the present moment because creation happens only in the now. So when you say, I am going to be wealthy, the subconscious keeps you in the state of becoming but never being. The key, therefore, is to affirm in the present tense, with conviction and feeling. Say, I am wealthy now, I am successful now, I am favored now. Speak as though it were already so, and your subconscious must obey. The moment you affirm in the now, creation begins. Life responds to your assumption of the present reality, not to your future hopes. To live in the feeling of the wish fulfilled is to draw the unseen into visibility. Understand this truth: wealth and success are not things. They are states of consciousness. They are inner vibrations, not outer possessions. You could lose every dollar in your account, every asset you own, and yet if you retain the state of wealth within, you would soon recreate it all again. But if you possess millions and lose the consciousness of abundance, soon your wealth will dissolve like smoke. The state of consciousness is the cause. Possessions are merely its effects. This is why two people can start with the same opportunity. One rises to riches while the other fails. The difference lies not in circumstance, but in state. One holds the inner conviction of abundance. The other clings to fear and doubt. The outer world is only ever a mirror reflecting the inner vibration. Guard your state more than your possessions, for the state is the true treasure. When you dwell in the feeling of wealth, wealth must find you. Every time you speak the words I am, see it as a decree from the throne of consciousness. You are the king or queen of your inner kingdom, and every word you speak is a command to the subjects of your subconscious realm. It is law. So speak with authority. Say, I am abundant. I am successful. I am unstoppable. Say it not timidly, but with the certainty of one who knows that divine power backs every declaration. The words I am are sacred. They are creative vibrations that echo through the entire universe. When you use them consciously, you align yourself with the same creative energy that moves stars and shapes galaxies. Speak them not as a beggar asking for mercy, but as a creator claiming dominion. When you affirm from that position of divine authority, the subconscious bows in obedience, and the outer world must rearrange itself to reflect your royal decree. And as you continue these affirmations daily, morning and night, something marvelous begins to unfold within you and around you. Slowly, almost imperceptibly, your subconscious begins to accept these declarations as facts. They cease to be mere words and become living realities in your consciousness. You will notice subtle shifts. People will start treating you differently. New ideas will come to you effortlessly, and opportunities will arise where there were none before. You will find yourself being led by intuition, taking inspired actions without overthinking, and everything begins to flow with greater ease. What once felt difficult will become natural. It may look like coincidence, but I tell you, it is divine law responding perfectly to your new inner state. You are witnessing imagination made visible. You are experiencing the world rearranging itself to mirror your newfound assumption. The invisible is always working on your behalf. Once belief has been accepted as truth, never, under any circumstance, affirm what you do not wish to experience. The universe, like your subconscious, takes you at your word and delivers exactly what you decree. When you say, I am broke, you affirm poverty. When you say, I am unlucky, you invite misfortune. When you say, I am struggling, you give that struggle permission to live. The universe does not interpret your words symbolically. It responds literally. So guard your inner speech as you would guard treasure. Every word you speak carries creative power. Use your I am statements to sculpt beauty, not to reinforce limitation. Speak only of that which you desire to see manifested in your life. Say, I am favored, I am blessed, I am divinely guided. Let your speech rise from faith, not fear. The moment you change your inner language, the outer world begins to echo it. Life listens intently to your self-concept, so speak wisely, lovingly, and powerfully. I remember a time in my own life when all I possessed was faith. My pockets were empty, my opportunities seemed gone, yet something in me refused to accept lack as my truth. Each day I walked the streets affirming, I am wealthy, I am prosperous, I am provided for. I spoke these words not to convince the world, but to persuade myself. I refused to dwell on appearances or measure life by what I could see. Instead, I lived from the unseen, from the invisible realm of imagination. I saw myself as a man of wealth, walking with confidence, gratitude, and peace. Though I had nothing tangible, I carried within me the consciousness of abundance, and the consciousness drew its likeness to me. Within months, life rearranged itself so gracefully that it seemed miraculous. But it was not a miracle. It was law in motion. The outer world simply responded to the new state I had assumed. My imagination had sculpted a new reality. Your imagination, my friends, is the workshop of God within you. It is the inner power through which all things are created. Every I am statement is a blueprint, a design you send to the subconscious architect, who faithfully constructs it in the outer world. The question, therefore, is never whether the system works. It always works. But rather, what kind of blueprint are you sending? If your inner speech is filled with doubt, fear, or self-deprecation, you are instructing the subconscious to build conditions that match those states. But if your words are saturated with faith, gratitude, and confidence, the subconscious begins constructing a world that mirrors those divine qualities. You are the designer of destiny. You cannot outsource creation. It begins and ends in your imagination. The subconscious has no will of its own. It only builds according to your instructions. So take care, beloved, of what you impress upon it. You are always building, whether consciously or unconsciously. Build wisely, for your word is law. Whenever you catch yourself affirming something unworthy of your divine nature, stop immediately and correct it. Words are seeds, and careless speech plants unwanted harvests. Replace I am tired with I am renewed and energized. Replace I am broke with I am prosperous beyond measure. Replace I am not enough with I am divinely equipped for every good work. Do not allow your tongue to betray the truth of your being. Speak as one who knows they are already complete, already favored, already guided by divine intelligence. The moment you correct your words, you redirect the current of energy flowing through your life. Your subconscious listens constantly. It has no off switch. Every I am it hears becomes an order to fulfill. Therefore, treat each statement as sacred. Let your words harmonize with your desires, not your fears. Over time, your corrected inner language will build a corrected outer world, and you will stand amazed at how quickly life begins to obey your new self-concept. As you persist in these affirmations of truth, something profound begins to occur within you. The old self, the self clothed in fear, doubt, limitation, and past conditioning, begins to dissolve. It cannot survive in the vibration of your new belief. Slowly, that shadow self dies away, and a new self, radiant and confident, rises from within. This is what Scripture calls the resurrection, not a distant historical event, but a daily spiritual transformation. Every time you declare a higher truth about yourself and live from that truth, you resurrect your divine nature. You shed the garments of the old identity and step into the glorious freedom of the I am. This process is not forced. It unfolds naturally as you persist in faith. You will begin to think differently, speak differently, and act differently. You will no longer chase blessings. Blessings will chase you, for the resurrected self is the magnet of miracles. Each morning, before the noise of the world rushes in, take a moment to center yourself and speak your truth aloud. I am the abundance of God expressing itself. I am wealth in motion. I am success that cannot fail. Feel these words resonating through your entire being. Let them vibrate in your bones, echo in your heart, and dance in your imagination. Feel their reality so vividly that it becomes impossible to doubt them. Smile, breathe deeply, and walk through your day as though every door were already open before you. When you live in the assumption of the wish fulfilled, you emit a frequency that the universe cannot resist. People will begin to sense your confidence and respond with favor. Situations that once seemed locked will unlock effortlessly. You will feel the invisible currents of life moving in your favor. For truly, the moment you assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, it is already yours in the unseen. The subconscious mind, like the universe itself, has no resistance to love. Love is the universal solvent. It dissolves all barriers and accelerates manifestation. When you affirm with love, with joy, gratitude, and warmth, your words penetrate deeply into the subconscious. Say, I am so thankful that I am wealthy. I am so grateful that success flows easily to me. Gratitude seals the affirmation because it signals completion. It tells the subconscious, this is already mine. When you give thanks for something you have not yet seen, you are declaring that you already possess it in spirit. And what is possessed in spirit must soon appear in form. Gratitude transforms affirmations from mechanical repetition into heartfelt creation. It magnetizes your words with emotion, and emotion is the language the subconscious understands best. When your affirmations are wrapped in love and thankfulness, they bypass all resistance and take root instantly in the fertile soil of your deeper mind. Do not make your affirmations a mechanical ritual. Make them a living relationship. Speak to your subconscious as you would speak to a dear, faithful friend who always says yes. Feel tenderness, not tension. Feel assurance, not anxiety. The subconscious does not respond to force, it responds to faith. When you move in the spirit of love, creation unfolds effortlessly. Your affirmations become living conversations with the divine self within you. The more you love this process, the more easily your desires flow into manifestation. Think of it not as demanding results, but as expressing your true nature. The I am is not about trying to become something. It is about recognizing that you already are everything you seek. When you affirm from that understanding, your words carry divine authority. They no longer ask, they declare. They no longer hope, they create. And the universe, being love itself, eagerly rushes to confirm every loving assumption you make. So tonight, before you close your eyes to rest, I invite you to enter the sacred silence of your being and whisper with feeling, I am wealthy, I am successful, I am abundant, I am free. Let these words sink beyond thought, beyond reasoning, deep into the fertile soil of the subconscious mind. See yourself living the reality they describe. Feel the peace, the joy, the freedom as if it were already so. Those words, spoken with conviction, will travel far beyond your conscious awareness. They will move into the realm where all creation begins. And in due time, the unseen will become seen. The formless will become form. You will awaken one day to a life so radiant, so harmonious, so complete that you will know, without question, that the words I am are the bridge between imagination and reality, between the invisible and the visible, between God in you and the world you command.